See, yeah. Okay.
I'm glad we don't have a problem.
Exactly.
Anybody get a picture of her fixing my hair? Okay, welcome back to another powerful episode of Her Story Matters, the podcast where we highlight women whose journey inspire, elevate, and transform us. Today, we're sitting down with a woman who is redefining what it means to hustle with a purpose. Chris Bishop, a dynamic entrepreneur from Buffalo, New York, is the powerhouse behind several thriving businesses, including High Class Hair, the Loud House of Buffalo, The Rose, and her expanding work in the insurance services. She is a visionary, a leader, and a mother of 3 boys who continue to fuel her drive and determination. From building a beauty brand that empowers women to creating a vibrant nightlife and community space, Chris has proven that success isn't just about what you build, it's about who you become along the way. In this episode, she opens up about her journey, the challenges she pushed through, the lessons she's learned, and how she balanced entrepreneurship, motherhood, all with a purpose. So settle in, because today's conversation is all about resilience, risk-taking, rising into your calling, and let's dive into the story of the unstoppable Miss Chris Bishop. So now coming into your background, if you had to describe yourself, how would you describe you?
I would just describe myself as just fearless. Like, I don't operate in fear. I feel like I can just do anything. If it's been done, I feel like I can do it.
Okay. So what was your childhood like growing up in Buffalo?
My childhood was pretty good. My dad was a basketball coach here in Buffalo. He coached the team called GC Ballers. It was a really big organization here in Buffalo. My mom, she's been in nursing since I can remember. She went on to get her RN. And another, like a big influence on my life was my dad's mother. Her name was Jacqueline. And she's my heart. And then my grandparents as well. Grandma Cynthia, Grandpa Jack, Iva. We have a really small family. But my childhood was good. Like, we took vacations every year. I always tell my siblings, like, we don't have like a struggle story, like life was pretty good. My mom encouraged me to, do well in school and things like that. She got me into a program called Buffalo Prep. From that program, I was able to go to Narden and get a full academic scholarship. And yeah, after high school, I went to college, and yeah, so I don't have like a struggling story. My parents just wanted me to get a degree, and that's what I did. But other than that, growing up was pretty good. It was great.
Did you ever imagine yourself becoming an entrepreneur, or did you just have to?
If I had to say, when I started out, like, going to college and things like that, I wanted to be a corner. So I thought that I was gonna go like that route. I was gonna be corner. I kind of pushed the hair thing to the side, just trying to, please my parents and things like that. But I didn't see entrepreneurship. I knew that I would live a good life. It's so funny because my grandmother used to always try to tell me to like learn how to cook and all of this stuff, and I was like, no, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna have a chef, things like that. So I didn't necessarily think that it would be through entrepreneurship, but I did know that I would have, some level of success in my life.
Awesome. outside of running businesses, what do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Spending time with my family and my children and traveling. Those are like my things. Other than that, yeah, it's all work.
What's one hobby or interest people may be surprised to learn about?
I just discovered this like within like the last couple of weeks. So we just moved, and as we're unpacking, I realized like I have so many globes. Like I am obsessed with globes. Even when I travel, I'll look on the like when I'm sitting on the airplane, things like that. I'll just go to like different countries and see where like different places are. So I think that's like a interest, like just the world. And just all of the different cultures that's, you know, like in the world and all the undiscovered places in the world. Like, I think that's an interest. Hopefully I can dig deeper into that hobby. And I guess that would be traveling and things like that. There's a lot of places I want to go to that. But
If you weren't into hospitality or beauty, what career path would you think you would choose?
I would have been a coroner or a mortician. A funny story about that, I went away to college in New York City, and I didn't really have guidance on what it would take to be a coroner. But after my first year in college, they're like, okay, you have to go to medical school, because we were just kind of like talking about like different like paths to get to where, you know, you want to be. And they said medical school, I said, yeah, no, I can't do that. So then it turned into, okay, I would be a coroner, not a coroner, a mortician, because that wasn't, you know, going to medical school or anything like that. But that didn't work out.
Okay, what is something people misunderstand about you?
I think a lot of people think that I'm like super sociable, and that's just not the truth. I'm very, 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 very introverted. I've kind of like learned how to like be out in the world, but it really does give me like a lot of anxiety and things like that. Like I really like my safe spaces, which is my family and my children and things like that. But going outside of those like spaces, I have to really like prepare and think about and, you know, and just prepare myself to do that. Like I don't like I feel most comfortable in my comfort zone, which is my family and my children.
What personal values guide the way you live and work?
I mean, I just lead with like, I listen to God. I tell everybody I'm not super religious. I can't like run off scriptures and things like that to anybody, but I really have a deep relationship with God. I talk to him, pray, I listen to him, I let him guide me, you know, things like that. So I don't think anything is possible without him.
What motivates you to keep pushing forward when things get tough?
Oh, that's deep. Well, maybe it's like I love them so much, and I just want to be able to give them, you know, just the best life possible. They motivate me. The younger people that look up to me, they motivate me. I do pour into a lot of young people, whether it's like little cousins or just friends, children, and you know, things like that. So just like pouring into them, that's a motivator for me. Just seeing them, you know, believe in me, and want to do good in their lives and things like that, and kind of just trust my guidance. That's a huge motivation.
Okay. And how do you define happiness for yourself?
Happiness for me is just peace. It's just like really, really just being like in peace. I think once you achieve a certain level of peace in your life, that's where happiness comes. I don't think happiness can be achieved like through money or like things. Like I learned that a long time ago. Like it's not the things that bring happiness, because once you get those things, then you want something else. You know, so it's short lived. So I think really, really just like getting to a place where you just operate in peace every single day, I think that's where the true happiness, or my true happiness, lives.
Okay. And how has your family shaped your journey as a business owner?
Oh God. So my family, they think I'm crazy. Like they think if you were to ask them about me, they think I'm completely nuts. Especially my dad. If there's one person that I argue with a lot, it's him. Like we go back and forth about everything. But I think it's because we both have like super strong personalities or whatever. He'll always tell me like, I'm not scared of you. I'm like, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay. What lesson do you hope to pass down to the next generation?
That anything is possible. Like anything that you really want to do, you can do it. It's gonna take some hard work. It's gonna take a lot of sacrifices. It's gonna take a lot of discipline. But anything that is out there is able to be achieved. Like you can do whatever it is you want. You don't have to follow like the traditional paths of college and things like that. Especially now, like you can literally do anything and be successful at it. So yeah, just don't let fear or doubt or anything get in the way of anything that you want to do. You can just do it.
Now, who do you lean on when life gets overwhelming?
Oh, Tim. I need one Tim.
And who is Tim?
Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy. But yeah, I really do lean on him a lot. He's seen like sides of me that probably nobody else has ever seen. You know, he's brought a lot out of me. He's helped me with like my confidence and just all those things. He helped me learn how to like celebrate me and things like that. So when things get hard for me, like that's definitely who I lean on. I literally talk to him about every single thing, you know?
That's good. That's good. What's your favorite travel destination and why?
Hmm.
I mean, because you've been everywhere.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
I
Like
don't
usually
know.
people, when they're beauticians, they usually go to the corner store to get their hair. You go all the way to Hong Kong.
Yeah. So that one, I think for me, any beach is like always gonna be my favorite destination. As far as Hong Kong, I don't really look at that. That wasn't really a vacation, that was a trip. So I differentiate like things. Like a trip is where you go, like you gotta get up every day, you're on an itinerary, you got things to do. And vacations are just like you just chill, you just on whoever's time, you're on your own time, you know? Like nothing is happening.
No question.
But yeah, Hong Kong was very interesting. I've been able to go twice. And yeah, I learned a lot.
Okay. And how do you balance personal life with the demands of entrepreneurship?
I'm learning how to do that. I think it's an everyday thing. I think for me, I had to really learn how to operate in chaos. Like for me, I just think that everything is supposed to go like Monday is this, Tuesday is this, but like me trying to achieve that has been like impossible. And I would find myself getting very frustrated because I'm not able to really get into a routine. And then like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, yo, maybe I just need to start operating in this chaos. And since I've been doing that, I've been happier. I've been able to get rest in the chaos. You know, if things don't get done that day, I just leave it for the next day. Like it just is what it is, you know? And I think I've just given myself grace in this season to just be like, you know, like everything is not going to be, every day is not gonna go the way that I want it to go. But, you know, as long as everybody is happy and everybody is cool, then, you know, it was a good day. It may not have been like how I wanted it to go or, you know, but it was a good day.
What's one personal goal you still want to achieve outside of business?
Because now that I'm thinking about it, I think that it goes back to something like another goal that I might want to achieve. I want to go to Africa. I want to like spend a lot of time over there. That's like a huge goal of mine. Like if I can go over there for like a month or two, I'd be happy. I think that's a goal. I really want to like, you know, learn different cultures and things like that. Like I want to learn everything about Africa.
Okay. What inspires you to open the Loud House of Buffalo, the Rose, and High Class Hair Weave Bar?
Okay, so High Class Hair, that one was first. So that came, me and my friends were actually going on vacation. And my one friend, she lived in Atlanta, and she was telling me about how they do like $50 sewings there. And I'm like, oh, that would be cool. So I kind of studied the $50 sewing method, and realized that, you know, like it could be a very lucrative business. So that's how High Class Hair came about, as far as High Class Hair on Allen. We made it a $50 media bar. We started out with a group of girls, and they were amazing, and we did $50 sewing, and it just kind of like blew up. As far as the Loud House, so the Loud House is, the name is from a family group chat. So that's with me, my mom, my dad, siblings, and everything like that. And my nephew, he actually named the group chat the Loud House, because it's just where we hang out. It's like, you know, the group chat is where we hang out and talk junk or whatever, so it's called the Loud House. I always wanted to do like a small jazz lounge type thing. So it started out as like that, and then it just kind of got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then that's how we ended up on Hurdle. We started looking at like super small spaces, and then the spaces just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then Tim was just like, let's do it, and I'm like, what? He's like, let's do it. I'm like, all right, let's do it, and we just did it.
Okay.
As far as the rows, we kind of came about with the rows because like Loud House was doing really well. And we kind of just wanted to like expand into like another territory. The Loud House is like a full sit down restaurant and things like that. And it's cool. We enjoy it. But we just wanted something a little bit more fun. And we wanted to explore like the lounge aspect of things. So that's how we got to the rows. So that is gonna be like a lounge. It's not gonna be like a full sit down restaurant like the Loud House. It's gonna be more like a place for mature people to come and hang out and, you know, just be able to have a good time. I don't think we have a lot of that here in Buffalo, especially not places that cater to Black people. So this is gonna be a cool space for us to go and hang out.
That's cool. Now, and you're also a licensed insurance agent.
Yeah, I am. It's so funny because recently I had to let that go. So right now I'm kind of like in transition with that. It just became too much trying to juggle every single thing. So I had to figure out what I can let go. And right now that's what it is. But I'm still an advocate for life insurance. I still am a trusted resource, you know, partner with New York Life. And I have a mentor that I partner with, and I send all of my clients to her, and anybody, you know, that wants to look out or wants to inquire about life insurance, I send them to her. She's amazing. Her name is Lisa Lickers, and I'm always gonna tell people to have life insurance. Like,
So you just put it on pause for now.
yeah, until I'm able to get some more time on my hands to be able to, because it's demanding.
And now, how do you balance managing the multiple businesses that you have? How do you balance it?
I'm balancing right now. I could say I don't do it by myself. I do have like a team of people. So it's me, it's Tim. I have my little sister. I have an assistant. We have a great staff. So it's not just me alone. We have great chefs. We got it's a group of us that kind of make it happen. I think that's one of the most important things in business, and one of the biggest things that I had to learn is I can't be everywhere at every second. Like if it was up to me, I would cook every meal, even though I don't cook, but I would cook every meal. I would serve every person. You know, I would do every client. I would do everything, but as time progressed, it's just not possible. So I've been, you know, blessed to be able to like have like really good people in place to be able to help juggle the load, because it's a heavy one.
But you know, that comes from good leadership.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, what is one piece of advice that you would give anyone that wants to come into your field?
Which field?
Which side?
I mean, in all of them, you just gotta really be disciplined. You gotta really just have, like, you gotta be consistent, you know? I mean, I think a lot of people get entrepreneurship twisted because they think that, you know, you're just working for yourself so you can turn on the clock, turn it off, you know, like, okay, I feel like working today, I don't feel like working tomorrow or whatever, I wanna go on vacation, I wanna do this, but it's not like that. Like the sacrifice you make to be an entrepreneur is probably 1,000 times harder than it would be for you to just go to a job, you know, like it literally requires like, I mean, some days it's like 18 hours, you know, like of your day where you're working, you know, but it's rewarding because, you know, when you see the things start, like working and the businesses start being successful and people are wanting to support and things like that, like it's very rewarding, but it's very, very, very time consuming. So you just can't get it twisted, like, you know, but, you know, I don't know.
Okay, what is the biggest mistake you've ever made and that you think that you
One of the biggest mistakes that I've probably made is just not taking people for who they are. I think for me, I always look at people for like what they can be. I see a lot of potential in a lot of people, and I deal with people, you know, from that standpoint. But you really have to just take people for who they are. I think I would have, if I would have learned that lesson a long time ago, I probably would have did a lot better off, you know, just because I do. I've been hurt by people like that I've seen more in than they have to offer, you know, like because it's like you can't make somebody be something that they're not or that they don't want to be, no matter what you want them to be.
Ooh, that's good. Yes. So what makes the Loud House Buffalo stand out in Buffalo's nightlife and the dining scene?
I think the Loud House stands out because we don't like to say that we're upscale because that's just those are some big shoes to fill. But I think we're a Black-owned restaurant on Hurdle Avenue. It's a nice environment. It's clean. Sorry, I have like really bad OCD. So if you see me, you don't see me with a broom or cleaning something. But I think it's really clean. It's not your traditional soul food restaurant. We offer other dishes that are not just your typical soul food restaurants. I think a lot of times when you see Black businesses here or Black restaurants in here, you automatically assume that they're soul food. And for us, we have some amazing chefs, and we just can't put them guys in a box, you know. So I think that's what helps us stand out. We're just not a traditional soul food place. We're in a nice area. And we fought to be over here too. They didn't want us there.
Oh,
You know, like you don't think that certain things exist in the city, but it is, you know. But you know, yeah, it's just a nice place. Good food.
And what role do you think the community's feedback played in shaping the business?
It's very important. I know when we first started out, I would ask. I had these little papers on each table, and I would ask everybody to give, you know, their feedback and things like that. I'm very open to feedback. We need it. If we wouldn't have had the feedback that we have had, I don't think we would be where we are. Good feedback, bad feedback, whatever kind of feedback. Like we really take it in and try to just do better and be better and just be the best.
Okay. Well, what's the story behind the other business names? You gave us with the name High Class, how that came about, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how did you come up with the Rose?
Oh, the Rose. Okay, so the Rose, we just ended up keeping the name. That was the business that was there, or the restaurant that was there before we acquired it. But we actually purchased the business from the previous owners and things like that. So we just wanted to kind of give them their flowers, literally, and just keep the name. And then Tim's grandmother, her name is Rose as well. So we just said it fits, you know. So we were just.
So there is a connection.
Yeah. So we just decided to keep the Rose.
Okay, do you see yourself expanding beyond Buffalo in the future?
I don't know. I don't think for business, no. I think if I was to ever like move to another city, I think it would be just for leisure. One of my goals is to purchase a beach home. I don't know if it's gonna be in the US or somewhere else, but I want that and I know I'm gonna have that. But, I know when I go there, I don't wanna work though. So Buffalo is gonna be the bread and butter, but, I'm not doing that. I actually did move to Charlotte right before the pandemic and I didn't like it.
Okay.
But that goes back to me just operating in my comfort zone. It was just too weird for me.
Now, do you still have your,
The salon shop.
the salon?
No, I
Okay.
closed that right before the pandemic and I back.
Okay. And, who were your biggest influence and mentors in the business?
Oh, that's so, it's so weird because I don't really have mentors, and I want a mentor, but I don't know how to really get a mentor. Honestly, like I don't know, like do you like?
But you mentor so many and you don't have a mentor?
No, I don't have a mentor. No.
Wow.
I'm like I think about it, but I don't know how to. I think that's just a part of my, being so reserved and putting myself out there. I don't really know how to do that. So for me to like email somebody like, hey, can you be my mentor? Like I don't even know what to say honestly, but no, I don't have a mentor, but I do mentor a lot of.
Yes. What is something you value, that you value now that you didn't value 10 years ago?
My peace in my personal space. And honestly, I value my light. I think it took me a long time to get there. I'm not really a person to, celebrate or like big up myself or anything like that. But, I more recently just realized like I do have a light and I have to protect it, So, I protecting and valuing that as well.
Okay, now what is something that you valued 10 years ago that you no longer value?
I think friendships.
Wow.
Yeah, friendships. I think I've given so much again to so many. It's not really like the end all be all. Like I'm a very loyal person and things like that. And again, I don't know. I don't certain friendships I should say. Like
Wow.
everybody does not deserve a space.
Now, what is one lesson if you wanted to teach someone younger or someone that was trying to come into any of the fields of entrepreneurship? What is something that one thing that you can like leave with them? What would it be?
That you can do anything that you really want to do. If it is done, it is possible. Like don't let anything get in your way. Like don't let where you came from, don't let how you were raised, don't let the lack of money. That's one of my biggest things where even when I mentor people, they always say like, oh, I need money to do this. I say lead with the vision. If you lead with the vision, the money is gonna come. Like you'll be able to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And they look at me like I'm crazy because they're like, how don't you? I'm like, lead with the vision. Like, you can have a dream or a goal that you're trying to achieve and you can believe in it so deeply that God will send you an angel to fund the whole vision, things like that. You really have to just lead with the vision and don't think about anything else. Don't think about all the things that you don't have or all the things that you think that you can't do because it's not gonna stop you. If I truly believe in, what you're trying to do.
Now your son, you had him in business since he was how old?
Kyle was probably like about 4 or 5 when we started working on
His
Kyle's
hairline.
Gifts. Well, we have Kyle's Gifts from Heaven, so that's the nonprofit where we give kids gifts from their parents in heaven. So we do that, and then he has Kyle Jackie Hair Care, but as soon as we launched, he wanted to cut his hair. So Kyle Jackie Hair Care has kind of been at a standstill since he cut his hair. So I don't really know, what direction we're gonna take with it. Cause
But
literally.
is it still out there?
Yeah, it's still out there. It's
Okay.
still out there.
Okay, that's good for people to know. And talk a little bit more about when his give back and why.
Okay, so when Kyle was 2 years old, he lost his dad to a heart attack. And his dad would take him to the toy store like every week to get him a toy, after school and things like that. So we just got this idea like, like how many other kids would want to feel that, you know, like feel their parents' presence. So for Christmas, we literally take kids' Christmas lists and we gift them on behalf of their parents in heaven. And we've been doing it, I think, for about 8 years now. Mhm.
Now, if someone wanted to donate to that, do you have a link or a place that they can actually donate it to?
So with that, we are in transition with the website right now as far as like donations, but you can always hit me up, or send me an email to KyleGiftsFromHeaven@gmail.com and we can orchestrate the donations, but we're in transition with that as far as getting the website.
But I've seen it and you all do it big.
Yeah, so yeah, we're getting the website redone, so there's no actual like website to go to right now, but, yeah. Just wanted to make it that we can just email. Mhm.
Okay, so as we come to a wrapping it up, what an incredible conversation today. Chris Bishop, thank you for sharing your journey, your heart, your wisdom with us, from building multiple successful businesses to creating space that uplift the community. You've shown us what vision, resilience, bold faith can truly accomplish. Your story is a reminder that there is power in believing in yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone, and staying committed to the bigger picture. Even when the roads get challenging, and for every woman listening, Chris is living proof that you can be a mother, an entrepreneur, and a leader without sacrificing who you authentically are. To our listeners, if today's episode inspired you, make sure you follow and support Chris across all of her ventures, which is High Class Hair, the Loud House of Buffalo, the Rose, and even the person that she has recommended for insurance. And who's that again?
That's Lisa Liquor.
Okay. She's a force in Buffalo and beyond, and this certainly won't be the last time you hear her name. So thank you for tuning in to Her Story Matters. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, keep writing your story because it does matter.
Thank you.
Thank
Mhm.
I didn't know.
I was like, I don't know.
Of course.
It was like, turn your phone
Was it good?
off.
I don't know.
What was our time on that?
What was that?
What was our
33
time?
minutes. Yeah.
That time.